but I use Cold Card. I'm going to continue to use Cold Card. And I have a Passport too and a Jade now, and I'll probably put some sats on there. It's never a bad idea. You should never have all your eggs in one basket. You should have all your wealth in Bitcoin, but you should never have your Bitcoin all in one spot. So it's like, I think that's a good reminder for anybody out there who's into Bitcoin and going to be taking Bitcoin seriously in the future. Is like you have to take it seriously. You have to be more serious than a bank is. And I've said this 3 times this week, but it's worth repeating again today. You compare a bank and you are the bank now. You are your own bank in Bitcoin. But you should be securing your Bitcoin more than the banks secure the dollars. And the reason for that is because banks have insurance. If they lose some money, they have insurance. They can always recoup that for you. You can't do that in Bitcoin yet. There probably will be insurance. I'm surprised there's not yet, but you can't do that yet with Bitcoin. The banks are holding other people's money. They don't care as much. You're holding your own money all the time, energy, knowledge, conviction, value you've added to the world. You're holding that in Bitcoin. And the third one there is that the banks are holding dollars. The banks can always print more dollars. You're holding Bitcoin, the real asset. Banks are holding the fake asset. You're holding the real asset. You can't print more Bitcoin. So you have to secure your Bitcoin more than a bank secures dollars. And if that means a Cold Card, a Jade, and a Passport spread out in different places, you have to do what you have to do, because you have to understand the value of the Bitcoin that you're holding. And so you should be taking a percentage of whatever your portfolio is worth, even if you have to sell some Bitcoin. If it's going to make your security setup better, I think it's totally worth it. It's truly priceless. The information you get from people, if you have like a consultation with somebody, if you buy a couple different devices, that is priceless. If it's going to mean you having your Bitcoin or not in 20 years, you should be taking 1 or 2% of your portfolio and investing that in the security of your Bitcoin. It's important. Very, very, the most important part. Buying Bitcoin is the easy part. Making sure you have it in 50 years, that's the hard part. And so if any of that, like, you know, if your stomach turned a little bit or your palms started sweating a little bit when I was talking about that, thinking about your own setup, I want you to join Living in the Future. And there's 2 reasons for that. Number 1, you're going to be able to talk to Bitcoiners anytime you want. Anytime you have a question, you're unsure about something, there's going to be somebody that can help you in there. There's over 80 people in the community, all very knowledgeable people, or most people are. There's varying levels of knowledge there in different areas, but whatever you're looking for, somebody's going to be able to help you with that. And you can just talk to people about Bitcoin. It's a big deal for Bitcoiners. It's a very lonely place. But the second one is that you get the multi-generational wealth series that we're doing. We've already done 3 episodes. And the whole point of this series is to make people aware of how valuable Bitcoin is and make sure you have that Bitcoin in 50 years. So there's going to be 8 or 10 different episodes within this series. And again, even if you learn one thing from the course or from the series, that could be the difference between you having your Bitcoin in 50 years from now and not. And for a very small investment, it'll be like $10. If you sign up for the membership for 2 months for the series and for a little bit of help from Bitcoiners, $10. I think that's much less than 1 or 2% of your Bitcoin, but that's part of it. It's just a small part of it. Oh man, there's so many good questions in here today. So many good questions in here today.